When I finish, I generally think about gratitude. That's how I personally finish. I think about gratitude. I think about the gratitude that I feel for the abundance in my life, and I feel that gratitude and absorb it into the cells of my body. So that literally my body becomes a physiological expression of that gratitude. And that's the vibration that I walk around in every day. Most people walk around in their desires. Most people walk around in their desires, obstructed by their attitudes and their dislikes. And so there is a fundamental, sort of tension that most people walk around in that gets stronger and stronger every day that they're alive. And where have our attitudes and our opinions been formed? Well, they've sort of become formed in a family system, which, looking around the room, I can see for the most part was dysfunctional. That's a nice way to put it, isn't it? Dysfunctional. No four-letter words there. Dysfunctional. But we can also say our attitudes and our opinions have been formed in the past. And it's, because this is part of the disappointments of our ancestors in our deep past. Like maybe long before this body was even formed, our attitudes and our opinions were formed, and they were just sitting there waiting for a body to emerge around them so that they could fully flower. And living in our attitudes and opinions, where are we constantly going to go with those attitudes and opinions? Around and around and around again in our past. And so, it becomes important for us, first of all, to understand that nothing that we see today and will see tomorrow is anything at all like yesterday. While we understand the concept of every day is a new day, most people, every new day, bring the same attitudes and opinions they had yesterday. You know what that's called, don't you? That's called, no, maybe you don't know what I call it. I call it Groundhog Day. To make the effort to reach inside ourselves beneath those tensions and find some fundamental goodness that is ever resident in ourselves that we so strangely rarely access, and begin to engage that part of ourselves which we rarely access, and bring it to the forefront, open ourselves and allow ourselves to be open and re-educated every day, is to begin to completely transform ourselves. And the sort of the ingredient in that chemistry that allows for all the the lessons that we experience to be absorbed into the deepest place inside us, instead of endlessly reinforcing our attitudes and our opinions, is gratitude. And actually, when you find that fundamental goodness in yourself and you start to be able to access it a little bit in your daily life, instead of being totally controlled by your past, you will find increasingly many reasons to be grateful. And so feeling that gratitude, absorbing it into yourself, becoming that gratitude is actually not a big effort. Almost natural. And the thing is, if you're growing, you can have whatever you want. That's irrelevant. If it happens, fine. If it doesn't happen, that's fine. I think the issue is, simply put, desire is almost always a problem. And that's because it takes us out of ourself. We start reaching for things that we think we need instead of reaching inside to connect to that fundamental goodness that is inside us, to grow, the love and the joy and the gratitude within ourselves, to the degree that that love and joy and gratitude is what attracts into our life actually everything we need. Even the thought that you need something, you have air to breathe, you are never going to be without food or shelter. You don't need anything else. The rest of it is imaginary, actually. The truth about this life is, at the end of it, we're all going to do it. We're all going to do the end by ourselves. And the sooner you get comfortable with yourself, the better you will be. And the more you get comfortable with yourself, I'm sorry to say, mostly you will find other people a distraction. A lot of the time, it's a pleasant distraction. Like how I feel about all of you. How wonderful. And because we're sharing this extraordinary experience and the extraordinary endeavor to endlessly recreate and sustain this incredible community, it's a joyful distraction. But nonetheless. So, desire to grow. And in desiring to grow, all of your desires will be transformed into the experience of an abundance that is already inside you, just waiting for the chance to spring out and show itself. But we get so caught up in our opinions and our attitudes and our, sort of habitual ways of doing things that, we're constantly allowing our creative energy to be consumed by an inner struggle which gives no benefit whatsoever. The struggle just eats you alive and it does nothing. Nothing. The struggle's a struggle and it's painful, and so to get off to get past the pain, we fudge it. We want, we're Americans. We want the magic pill. We want want to push a button, take a pill, and be over it already. But life isn't like that. So, the yogis, the saints, the accomplished masters of all spiritual traditions, came to a place within themselves where they were able to enjoy every moment and every breath fully. And in enjoying every moment, I mean, these are the moments of our life. Pain and sorrow or struggle or whatever. These are the moments of our life. What other moments have you got? You got a different moment? These are the moments of our life. Instead of getting all tangled up in what we want and we don't want, and where we're going or we're not going, or whatever, you know, the great spiritual people understood these are the moments of our life. We don't have different moments. And so let's be ambivalent about pain or joy. Let's be above that. Let's not be attached to what comes and what goes. The ascended masters understood whatever it is that presents itself is presented by the goddess, the breath of life itself. However we see what is presented, that is our own karma. It is the accumulated tensions of our family system, our attitudes, our opinions, everything. If we stay connected to our body, aware of our breath, quietly enjoying the moments of our life, pretty soon we will start to feel our breath dissolve our body and dissolve this worldly experiential context and be someplace completely different, someplace completely quiet, completely peaceful, completely beautiful. When you have, in the moments of your performances, fuse your breath and your mind and your body and your music, you disappear, the audience disappears, everything disappears, and there is simply this unfoldment of abundance. Oh, you know, my advice is rather than wasting your time on desires, enjoy each and every moment of your life. Enjoy the moments of your life. Don't waste your time fighting with your friends. Don't waste your time, wanting something different from your kids. Don't waste your time with any of that struggle. These are the moments of your life. The more you cultivate the experience of enjoyment in these moments, the more healthy you will be physically, the more happy you will be, the more love you will experience in your life, and the more all the things that you think you want will naturally appear in your life as an effect of, not a cause of, but as an effect of the abundance which is overflowing in you. Don't struggle with desire. Let it go. Let it all go. God, we're old enough now, we're over 30. You and me anyway. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm over 30. You're over 30. Let it go. All the relationships are going to come and go. All the stuff is going to come and go. It's coming and going. This body has come and it too will go. The only thing that endures is the breath of life. That breath of life which you are an expression of, which you are an effect of, this body is an effect of, that breath of life endures. Enjoying the moments of your life. All of your struggles are dissolved into the breath of life. And we understand in that dissolution that we're the breath of God. And the beauty of that experience is absolutely intense and indescribable. And it shatters, like every tiny, small attitude and opinion and desire that we could possibly have. Good night, everybody. Namaste.